players that step up and score ahead of their average, and it'll be interesting to see who that is on both sides. Obviously, the star players are going to get a lot of attention, but it's going to be the role players that may actually end up deciding this game.
Different spectrums here. Extreme difference from playing the late game on Tuesday night. Now the early morning game. It's a different mindset. Getting yourself up and ready, trying to stay in your routine. But it's hard when you play later at night, and now you turn around to play a morning game. That's the way the state tournament goes. You don't see that in the season. So how do you think that balances there? How will the Cougars respond there? It maybe make a difference early on in the game.
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, it's the same for both teams. Both teams are up early in the morning here, and depending on what your pregame routine is, when we would bring teams from Springville and play in the morning, we really wanted to get them into the gym, even if that meant breakfast at 6:30, 6:45. We wanted to get them moving around. We'd often go to an area gym to get some shots up, and then try to get them here with plenty of time to get dressed and do their music before the game. And you want to try to keep that part as consistent as possible, even if it means it's happening at 10 in the morning instead of 6 o'clock at night like they're used to. Again, it's the same for both teams, and as much as you can repeat that ritual, I think that helps get those players comfortable and ready to play.
Cascade's been doing their shooting rounds at Grandview. The girls look loose and ready to go, and they come out here, nice little tradition. They come out and give their parents a hug and talk to some friends and family about a half hour ago before they go back in the locker room and get ready to go. Coach Sconza comes out. There's a group of little future Cougars right behind us here, a couple rows up from media row, and he talks to them, tells them thanks for being here, and just classy. And then he goes down and meets with his kids. His kids are here as well, and gives them hugs, and just a family thing, realizing there's more than basketball, and thanking the people who are supporting you is always a plus.
Well, one of the nice things about playing at the 10 o'clock game is they do let you on the floor a little bit earlier, so when you play later in the day, you get a 15-minute warm-up, and that is by the book. When you play the first game at 10, you can get on the court as early as 9:30, which allows you to do a little more stretching and get a little more loose when you're and actually be on the floor, get a few more shots up. So there is that advantage.
Yes, indeed. All right, we will pause, come back. The opening tip is on the way, and this is Cascade State basketball from KMCH Sports.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hauser's Water Systems has served Eastern Iowa with the best equipment and service the industry has to offer with their top-of-the-line products from Water Care. Hauser's offers a free in-home water analysis. Stop by Hauser's Water Systems in Manchester today. Water is all they do.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, located at 225 West Main Street in Manchester and 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton.
Hey, Richard McDowell here. After you have tried the rest, call the best for your heavy-duty wrecker needs. Accident recovery, stuck combines and tractors or sprayers. That's our specialty at McDowell Truck and Auto Repair, 563-932-2661.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance. We service most major brands of appliances, and we are Manchester's exclusive KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Stop in and see us today in the Big Blue Building on West Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-3200.
Clayton Drug, a local pharmacy in Strawberry Point that you can trust. Besides their friendly service and free local delivery, they have a large selection of toys and giftware. Clayton Drug, a must-stop in Strawberry Point.
Along with in-studio producer, KMCH News Director Janelle Tucker, back on East Main Street in Manchester. John Swisher, Glenmar head coach Nate Sanderson here courtside. This Class 2A semifinal as Cascade at 23-0, Grundy Center at 23-0. As Grundy Center, one of only 3 unbeaten teams left in the state. Newell Fonda is 25-0. Central Decatur, who will play next year in 2A, 23-0. Newell Fonda is a Class 1A team. As for Grundy Center, Haley Wallace, she leads the way with 18 points a game. Maddie McMartin, Sydney Matthews, Kylie Willis, and Brooke Flatter for the Spartans. For the Cougars, Nicole McDermott, the 5'5 junior All-Stater, President All-Tournament team a year ago. Skylar Dolphin, a 5'4 junior. Jordan Simon, Abby Welter, and Rachel Trum are underway. Trum loses a tip. Grundy Center gets it going left to right. And underway at 9:59. As Cascade in traditional 2-3 zone defense here in their road uniforms. The navy shorts and tops with that checkered light blue, gold, and white. And the white trim gold numbers. There is a long two from the right side. Up and good. And on the board, that's Willis getting it for Grundy Center. Here's a three by Dolphin. No good. Pinballs around and controlled by Grundy Center. Back come the Spartans as Flatter had the rebound. Now Haley Wallace will bring it up.
Grundy Center getting into kind of a 1-3-1 offensive alignment here. They got a wide open look at the short corner on the last possession, working through the mid post. We'll see if they keep trying to get it inside to Flater and have her move the ball around from there.
Now left corner, Flater, bounce pass inside, up off the window, no good. Trickles out, pinballed around, but controlled by Grundy Center. It's knocked away by McDermott, but coming up with it is Haley Wallace. Inside, Flater, left side. Here's a three, left wing, no good. Too hard off the back of the rim, but a backside rebound, up off the window and good by Maddie McMartin. And Grundy Center with the 4-0 lead.
Once again, Flater with the touch at the high post that time. Got the low post dump off. They missed the layup, but were able to get a couple offensive rebounds. And sometimes that can be a deficiency in the 2-3 zone as the backside boards. Cascade's going to have to clean that up.
Pass inside. Welter takes a drop step, a dribble off the left side, and good for Abby Welter. She gets the Cougars' first bucket of the game. Welter comes in third on team in scoring, 8 a game. There's a left wing three from downtown Clive. No good off the backside. Hits the bottom of the glass. Rebounded by Cascade. Thrown up the header. Turnover there. Dolphin could not get it before it's tipped away by Haley Wallace. And Grundy Center will come back with a 4-2 lead. 5:15 counting. Quarter number 1. As Cascade, the 4th seed, the 5th-ranked team in the final poll. Number 7 on BC Moore. As according to BC Moore, Grundy Center favored by 6, according to the numbers in this one. They are ranked number 2 in BC Moore. This ball's knocked away by McDermott as Flater was inside, and there's a travel. Abby Welter gets the ball, brings it up, and Coach Scott is telling her, hey, it's all right, slow down, relax here a little bit. And back come the Spartans going left to right for sub-in. Allie Huffman, the freshman, had a little nerves talking to Cascade faithful, including her grandparents, on Tuesday evening as a freshman would, but she came out and she didn't look like she had nerves. She made a couple moves, made a three. There's a nice knockaway inside. Another new face, Molly McElmill, is in, knocks it away. Huffman comes away with it. Now McDermott drives. She kicks it out right side. Dolphin brings it up with a left-handed dribble to the right wing. 4-2, Grundy Center, 5 minutes and change to go. Here in this quarter number 1. McDermott has it left wing. Right-handed, thigh-high dribble. Now hesitates, drives right side, and is bumped and knocked to the ground. It'll be baseline inbounds underneath as McDermott is fouled inside by Kylie Willis. That'll be the first foul. 4-2 Spartans, 4:56 to go. Quarter 1 as Trum and Simon come back in after a short breather.
Well, you can see keys to the game here early. Grundy Center looking to try to get Flatter involved inside early. They're looking to get the entries in there to create some space on the perimeter. Cascade spreading out Grundy Center's man-to-man defense, trying to give Nicole McDermott some opportunities to get to the basket as she did there.
So it's Huffman, Trum, Simon, McDermott, and McElmill, the 5 for the Cougars. Right side, McElmill. Now Huffman has it, puts it on the floor. Left-handed dribble, stops outside the lane, gives it up to Simon. Back to Huffman, up top. Survey. Allie Huffman, the freshman. She was just an 8th grader watching these games a year ago. Allie Huffman has helped out nicely, filling in and helping out, fill the gap of other players who lost to graduation. Trum drives right side, puts it up high off the window, out the backside. Rebound by Grundy Center. 4:15 and counting. Here's a left wing three. Got it to go. Nothing but net there. Another deep one. Downtown Urbandale. It's off the right hand of Maddie McMartin as her second field goal. She's got 5. Largest lead now at 5 for Grundy Center. 7-2. Left side, here is Trum dribbling in Well, contact there, but they say all ball. It's knocked away. Grundy Center off and running. Here's Wallace all the way in and good. But Wisconsin wants the timeout. Haley Wallace, the leading scorer, gets her first field goal. That's a good start for Grundy Center. 9-2 with a 7-point lead as Coach Gonza and company will take the 32nd variety there. Coach Gonza is his 15th season, 304 wins, 66 losses. Ernie Bolaball, his assistant coach, his 11th year for Cascade. 176 miles for the folks from Cascade, 2 hours and 39-minute trip if you're obeying the speed limit, of course. A population of 2,280 from the Jones and Dubuque County towns. As for Grundy Center, 81 miles to the well, an hour and 24 minutes. 2,706 is the population of Grundy Center, which is the county seat of Grundy County on Highway 14, southwest of Waterloo, just south of Highway 20. Grundy Center leads 9-2, 3:49 to go first quarter.
Well, we mentioned earlier that the role players are going to potentially decide this game early on. McMartin with 5 early points. She's only averaging 2.5 on the season. Just made her 10th three there of the season, shooting 23% from behind the arc. If they're going to get contributions from some of those role players, that's going to make it a little bit tougher on Cascade zone. At the other end, we see Grundy Center not defending. McNeil, Trum, they're not coming out on the perimeter, really trying to pack it in the lane with some help to make it difficult for McDermott.
Deep two, a 19-footer right inside the three-point line for Abby Welter. She gets the second field goal of the game. She has all 4 points for the Cougars. Here's a shot inside. Slater with a rebound. She puts it up after twirling around. No good on the backside. Rebounded by Cascade. The lead is 5 now for the Spartans. 9-4. Simon has it up top. Dolphin back in, so it's Dolphin, Huffman, Simon, Welter, and Trum, the 5 for Cascade. And Simon throwing it out. Thought Huffman was going towards the ball, but it bounces out of bounds. We go back the other way. There's a turnover there for Cascade. They're 4th already as William Dotson, Jeff Bermel, and Steve Klein. The officials here for this one. 2:45 and counting. This one's going to be knocked out of bounds by Welter. She was in front of Sarah Lindemann, who just checked in. Daughter of head coach Matt Lindemann, 6th season at Grundy Center, 112 wins, 28 losses. The 8th appearance for Cascade at the state tournament, all since 2002. It's the 7th for Grundy Center since 1934. 34, 35, and 88 in the 6-player game. Then 04, 05 when they won a title. And last year, there's a drive, left side, high off the window. It rattles around and drops on down. A good start by Maddie McMartin. She's got 7 now. And the lead climbs back to 7, the largest advantage so far for Grundy Center, 11-4. Now McDermott trying to take over. She kicks it out. Simon for a 3. Got it to go. Jordan Simon. That's what the Cougars need here. A 3-pointer, left corner. 11-7 now, the 4-point advantage. 2:05 in counting in his first frame. Right side, Cora Sock. Now that's a travel. Good call there as a shuffle the feet before she put it on the floor. Brooke Flatter. And back come the Cougars. Down by 4, 2:03 to go, quarter one.
Grundy Center is doing a great job moving through the zone of Cascade here, not just along the baseline, which you see a lot in zone offenses, but they're flashing players from the opposite block and diving players from the perimeter. When they come from different angles, it means the defense really has to communicate to account for everybody, and they're finding some space inside that's giving them some good opportunities.
McDermott had trouble getting that ball in, and the 5-second count comes as Grundy Center now will get the ball baseline inbounds. Going left to right. This is Wallace. Now left side, Wallace gets it back, sends it back up top to Sock. Right side, Lindemann. Now right corner, another new face. Reagan Zinkula is in there for Grundy Center. It's McDermott, Dolphin, Trum, Welter, and Simon still the 5 for Cascade. 140 and counting. Grundy Center just being patient here and playing keep away right now, looking for good looks, and Cascade's defense making them work.
Well, Cascade's doing a good job here of just staying in front of the basketball. There, the 3-point shot bounces off the rim and over the top of the backboard. Grundy Center coming out in some pressure, full court pressure man here, really trying to make it difficult to get the ball in bounds, which Cascade struggled with last time. We'll see what they do here.
As Trum gets it back to McDermott. 11-7. A 4-point lead, 120 and counting here McDermott's going to drive all the way in, splits the gap off the window, and it bounces out. How did that ball rim out? It was halfway down, and it popped out the last second. Nicole McDermott still looking for her first field goal of the game as she comes in leading this team with 15, almost 16 points a game.
Well, it was a nice set there from Coach Sconza. A couple double high ball screens. She refused the screen, got right to the window, and just had the left-handed layup roll off the front of the rim.
Deep three from Altoona that time. Left side by Zinkula. No good. Now driving all the way down. Welter left it short off the left side. Grundy Center comes back with a rebound. They have the ball on 45 seconds and counting. Grundy Center leads 11-7. In this Class 2A semifinal. The winner goes to the championship game tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Well, it's swatted out of bounds, but Cascade will stay Spartan basketball. And for the first time is Robin Takis. As Takis, a substitute for the Cougars, a 5'7" senior who has scored 1 point a game. There's a ball gets knocked away. McDermott comes up with it. Cougars have a chance for the last shot. 30 seconds counting. A little pull-up jumper from 10 feet, right side. Nicole McDermott got it to go. Her first field goal, and it's back to a 2-point lead after they were down by 7, 9-2 at one point, and also 11-4 as there's a foul inside as going up for the shot was Sarah Lindemann, and the foul is going to be called on Rachel Trump.
One thing I like that McDermott did in that last possession, sometimes with 30 seconds left, you got the possession arrow at the end of the quarter. Teams will pull the ball out and try to get the last shot, and we've seen throughout the week here when teams do that sometimes that ends up in a turnover or a forced shot right before the horn. McDermott saw the opportunity to get inside with that little pull-up from 6 feet, and for me personally, I'd rather have a shot that's got a 50% chance of going in than wait for the last shot for 20% chance and end up not scoring on the possession. So Cascade now gets it back. 10 seconds left here. We'll see if they can get another good look.
1 of 2 there is Lindemann. It's 12-9, 3-point. Nice pass. That's a foul inside. Nice job. Rachel Trump will go to the line. It's McDermott with a bounce pass to the left side and a push in the back called on Grundy Center. As that'll be called on Haley Wallace, her first, team foul number 2. 12-9, Grundy Center. On the line is Trum. This one hits the front of the rim, kisses the window, and drops on down. So Rachel Trum with her first points of the ball game. She'll have one more free throw coming here. Trum is the 6th leading scorer, 3 points a game, a 39% free throw shooter, but she 100% there, knocks down both of them. It's 12-11, 1 point game, 5 seconds to go. Driving right side, kicking left side, put up left short. Trump with the rebound, and that'll end the first quarter of play. So a good comeback here by the Cougars after down early, 9-2. They find themselves only trailing by 1 now. It's Grundy Center 12, Cascade 11. This is Cougar State basketball in KMCH Sports.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
Simon's Grain and Feed wish all area athletes and coaching staff continued success in tournament play. For all your feed and grain needs, see the experts at Simon's Grain and Feed in Manchester or Hopkinton Feed and Grain, locally owned and operated.
This is Dr. Tim Collier from Dental Associates of Manchester. We take pride in the environment we provide our patients with a caring attitude and unsurpassed comfort. For the kind, compassionate, and competent dental care you deserve, call us at 927-GRIN. Dental Associates of Manchester, creating healthy smiles for life.
Nutrient Ag Solutions in Independence never loses sight of the American farmer, and they offer a complete line of high-performance input products. Contact Nutrient Ag Solutions in Independence to profit from their experience.
Whether you are thinking of buying or selling your home, give Homefront Realty a call. We are here to be your advisor, negotiator, and facilitator in the real estate game. Homefront Realty will save you time so you can spend your time cheering on the Hawks. Call Homefront Realty at 927-2111.
Back into Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Cascade trails by 1 now, 12-11. A fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Ready to start quarter number 2. Grundy Center got off to a 4-0 start, 9-2 run, 9-2 lead, and then also led 11-4. They've led by as much as 7. Cascade has not led in this game. We haven't had a tie yet. looking for the first lead. Trum drives in, no good off the backside. Rebounded by Flatter, and here comes Grundy Centers. Wallace runs the show. She's a talent, averaging 18 a game. All-tournament team captain a year ago. That runner-up finished the Cascade. Bounce pass inside. Snared away by McDermott. Here is Takis. That's going to be a foul as Wallace. That's her second. She just ran into Takis as Takis stopped with the ball. And Wallace now has two. As Cascade will get a baseline inbounds underneath. Wallace has committed to Minnesota State Mankato to play college basketball. The 5'10" senior for Grundy Center. Driving up to Hansy. Two hands there, but Flatter will get called for the foul as Welter drove from the left short corner to the left side.
Well, we'll see what Coach Lindemann decides to do here with Wallace. He's left her in the game so far with 2 fouls. I think Cascade might want to look to attack her off the bounce and see if they can either get her to back off a little bit or pick up a third foul, which would be huge advantage for Cascade.
So Flater gets her first. That's team number 4. Trum dribbles a nice drop step move and can't get it to go. Left is short off the window as it bounds out to the hands of Flater. Wallace right side now to Matthews. 7 minutes and counting here in quarter number 2. Cascade trailing by 1, 12-11. Grundy Center's rematch the Class 2A title game from a year ago. Cascade won their first ever state title. Here's Wallace, a nifty move inside. The underhand finger roll with a defender right there. As a nice move by Wallace. That's her second field goal of the game. She's got 4, 14-11 now. The 3-point advantage, Grundy Center. McDermott up top. They're harassing her, double-teaming her over the half-court line. Here is Welter for a jump hook in the lane. Got it to dance around the back of the rim and drop on down. Abby Welter's third field goal. She's got 6. 1-point lead again. Spartans 14-13, 6:20 and counting second quarter. This one's knocked away inside by Abby Welter as Kylie Willis went up with that one. And the Cougars come back with it. Here's Trum up top, now gives it up to Welter. It's those two, Simon, Dolphin, and McDermott, the 5 for Cascade. Original starting 5. Here's McDermott, right corner. Drives baseline, run into a defender, bounce pass, left side, left corner. Simon kicks it out, right wing 3. Welter, no good, off the front of the rim. It'll look good, just a little short. Bounce off backside board by Hanley Wallace, and here comes Grundy Center.
Right. Simon made a beautiful cross-court pass against the zone there and found the wide-open shot from 3. Just didn't get it to fall.
5:40 and counting. Here's Wallace, left wing. McDermott down, picking her up. Flater has it knocked away. Good active hands by Abby Welter. Knocks it to a teammate. Trum brings it down. Little reach in there. Nothing doing. Getting it back is Trum. And now McDermott will set the table up top as two ladies are at the table ready to check in. Huffman and McElmill for the Cougars. 14-13. Cougars trail by 1. 5:17 and counting. Dolphin drives the lane. Kicks out. Trum for a jumper on the baseline. No good. From 12 feet out. It's airballed and rebounded by Grundy Center. Here's Wallace. Bounce pass right side. Surveying. Now Flater. Right corner. Inside. Double team there. Bad position. Put it up. It's off the side of the backboard and found out of bounds. As it'll be Cascade basketball coming the length of the court as McElmill and Huffman are back in now. But first we have a timeout. A 30-second timeout. Grundy Center will take their first one of the game here.
Well, Willis caught the ball just a little bit too low against the zone there. I think they got her pushed down a little bit underneath the basket, which made that finish difficult. You know, one of the things that Grundy Center's doing at the defensive end, you saw Trum miss that 12-footer on the last possession. They are not guarding her very far away from the basket. You can tell their attention is focused primarily on McDermott, Simon, and Welter, and that, you know, obviously is because of what happened not only the last time they played last year, but what we saw in the quarterfinals here. One of those players that's going to be left alone is going to have some opportunities to really make an impact for Cascade here. Or if it isn't making that shot, it's continuing to put pressure on the defense by attacking with the dribble and see if you can draw another defender to create some opportunities for somebody else.
Grundy Center in their 6th semifinal contest today. They have a 3-2 record here at the state tournament. As Cascade getting back to the semifinals, their 7th time as they are 2-4. Here's a shot fake. Simon drives in. Full contact there. She went up aggressively, got the bucket to go. No whistle. We'll take it. Cascade has the first lead of the game here with 1:30 to go in the second quarter. They lead 15-14. Now we have a turnover as it's Cascade ball.
Well, one adjustment you see again from Grundy Center there, they put Wallace in the middle of the zone. We saw him do that a little bit last year to try to get her going. She kind of shuffled her feet before she put the ball on the floor. Also, Grundy Center out a little bit of a 2-2-1 pressure here, which Cascade just has handled patiently. We'll see if they continue to look to attack off the dribble here.
Grundy Center has tied up the turnover category now at 5. Here's a step-back jumper, wide open, right elbow. Welter can't get it to go. It bounds out left side, backside rebound by Grundy Center. 4 minutes and counting. Here's another tip away. Active hands. Huffman comes away with this one. It was either McDermott or Welter. They got their fingernails on that one. As Cascade has a 1-point lead in the ball. 3:15 counting, quarter number 2. Driving in, putting up. Good. Nicole McDermott makes it look so easy with a couple defenders right there, swiping it away and playing good defense. And McDermott getting her team fired up now. The Cougars have responded after being down early in this game. They lead by 3, their largest lead. Wallace for a 3. No good. Bounce it off backside. Flitter with 3, but that's going to be a foul as McElmeal or Simon. The call from this angle, that would be McElmeal, I believe. And it is.
Well, McDermott is so tough to defend because she can score at 3 levels. She can make the 3-point shot. She can get all the way to the rim and finish with both hands. And what we've seen in this game is when that help is low and they contest her on the perimeter, she's got that beautiful pull-up game. She's got a couple pull-up jumpers to drop here. And, boy, when you got somebody that can score from the perimeter all the way to the rim, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. At the other end, Cascade, that was the 5th offensive rebound that they've given up here in the first half. And again, Grundy Center has missed some open looks that they've had against the zone, but Cascade has gifted them a couple second chance opportunities that's allowed Grundy to be able to get some easy ones either at the basket. Here's another offensive board on the free throw.
First one was good. Second one, no good. It rims out and a tie ball. Wallace is tied up with one of the Cougars. And it'll be Grundy Center basketball on the possession arrow. 17-15, Cascade by 2. Robin Takis back in for the Cougars. As a sub coming to the table, Abby Welter will check back in as Takis is out now. So Welter in there with Huffman, Dolphin, McDermott, and Trump. 3:25 and counting. Here's a dribble knocked away. Goes between the legs of the player Trump there, and she's thankful that didn't hit her feet on the way by. Rolled right between her legs and out of bounds off the Grundy Center player. Cascade basketball. 3:15 and counting here in the second quarter of play. Cascade with a 2-point lead after down 4-0 early, and down as much as 7 in that first quarter, driving all the way in. Ball becomes ajar as McDermott was trying to go up, just lost handle of it, and it goes into the hands of a Spartan. As Grundy Center in their white home uniforms. There's a pass back to the corner from Wallace. Now dribbling up top is Zinkala. Now Wallace drives. Stops. Trying to direct her offense. Here's a deep 3. Top of the key. No good. Rebounded out by McDermott. And McDermott will come back the other way. She'll slow it up. Left wing. Cole McDermott leads his team in rebounds for a 5'5" size. 154 coming in. 105 defensive and 49 offensive. And there's a travel as Welter tried to drive, but move the feet before she put it on the floor for the top of the key. And the Spartans come back with it with 2.5 to go. 17-15 Cascade.
One adjustment we see Coach Townsend making in the 2-3 zone here is having Welter front plater in the low post. Taking away that entry, she was distributing a lot early in the first quarter. If they make it harder for her to catch, that keeps the ball moving on the perimeter. If Cascade can secure some of those rebounds, it's going to be a good opportunity for them here.
Nice defense there. Simon and Welter collectively harassing Plater, and the ball gets knocked away inside. Cougars come up with it. They have the 2-point lead in the ball with 2 minutes and counting here in quarter number 2. Simon, right corner 3, blocked away by Wallace as we go back the other way. As Wallace will bring it up over the timeline. Wallace just 4 points so far, a 2-point field goal in each quarter. Right corner 3. This one's blocked away by Simon. Collision there as hitting the deck hard was the Grundy Center player. Took the shot from Dolphin. Now all the way in. Drum no good, but a rebound by McDermott and a jump ball as getting her hands on the basketball. Coming in after McDermott had it was Reagan Zinkala. State Cascade basketball going right to left. As McDermott will go out for a quick breather here with 1:39 to go in the second quarter. Robin Takis back in. She joins Welter. Also Trum, Dolphin who's inbounding it, and Simon up top. Welter will drive all the way in. That's a contact reach. Can you give her 2? Yes, thank you. There's a reach-in foul called there, grabbing the left arm of Welter is Reagan Zinkula. Zinkula picks up her first, team number 5 now. So 5 team fouls for Grundy Center, 2 for Cascade. Cougars lead 17-15, 1:37 to go in the first half of play. Welter takes her routine left-handed dribbles, no good. Too hard up the back of the rim. She'll have one more.
Well, there have been a couple pretty good collisions in this game that have gone for no calls at both ends here. Coach Lindemann was a little upset that his daughter got hampered by Dolphin there, and no call, but Cascade came away with the basketball, and here gets the offensive board on the free throw miss.
2 missed free throws by Welter there. As Simon inside, Robin Takis drives in, puts up the left-handed jump hook in the lane with traffic interface. No good. And Grundy Center with the rebound, and they come back the other way in transition. Wallace up inside. Foul coming on Simon is taking it up on the right side was Kylie Willis. She'll go to the line and shoot 2.
It was a beautiful pass there by Wallace to find her cutting on the backside. Simon just got caught asleep there just for a second, stretching out to the corner, and by the time she tried to recover to block the shot, she got her on the arm going up.
As Willis, first one, no good. She'll have one more. As Kylie Willis, outstanding volleyball player as well for Grundy Center, who has had some talented volleyball programs over the years. A 5'7" senior, she's on her way to play volleyball at Upper Iowa. 1:17 to go in the second quarter. First one no good. Second one goes on down for Willis. As it's 17-16 now. Cougars by 1, 1:10 and counting here in the second frame. Huffman has it. Now back up top to Welter. It's those two, Simon, McDermott, and Dolphin in for the Cougars. Right side, Huffman to Dolphin. Drives, kicks out, left baseline. Welter, Dolphin gets it back left corner. 55 seconds and counting here in quarter number 2. Dolphin now up top to Huffman. Huffman drives in all the way, puts it high up, no good in traffic. And the Spartans clear the board and come back the other way.
Well, once again, Grundy Center giving Huffman plenty of room on the perimeter there. She did the right thing, I think, by trying to attack and engage the defense. She just got a little bit deep into a crowd and wasn't able to finish there.
There's a travel call on Grundy Center. We go back the other way. That's the 9th turnover now for Grundy Center. 7 for Cascade. 1:24. Check that. 41 seconds to go here in this second quarter as McDermott will bring it up. Right-handed, thigh-high dribble over the timeline. McDermott now being guarded. She gets rid of it. She fumbled the ball a little bit. Spartans student section wanted to travel. No can do. Welter drives, kicks out. Simon back into Welter. Double team, puts it up in traffic. No good. Again, we've seen that 3 times in a row, going against 2 or 3 defenders and trying to force it up there maybe.
Well, you can see Grundy Center has done their homework. Welter likes to turn to that left shoulder, and the help was coming from that direction. Oftentimes when you engage that second defender, you got to find somebody that's open and see if you can get a better shot.
That one was deep from Indianola that time. Extended right wing by Wallace. It's no good. Creams off the backside. Rebounded by Lainey Thorne, a post player in there, a reserve, a 5'11" freshman. She gathered the ball, and a reach-in foul was called on Cascade, giving them their 4th team foul there. As the ball is put in bounds, Cougars steal it, but it doesn't matter. Zeros on the clock, 17-16. Second quarter is in the books, and it's halftime here from Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines as the Cougars have the 1-point lead, 17-16. This tight one, the rematch from last year's championship contest. We'll take a timeout, talk about what we saw in the first 2 quarters, and go over the numbers as well. This is Cascade State Basketball from KMCH Sports.
Advantage Home Medical in Monticello provides affordable, quality solutions for all your respiratory and durable medical needs in a caring environment with free delivery in a 50-mile radius. Advantage Home Medical in Monticello proudly supports all area athletes and coaches.
Jay's Auto Supercenter in Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. That's Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Jay's Auto!
Edgewood Feed Mill, where improved nutrition and modern technology produce healthier food for healthier living. The Edgewood Feed Mill, your full feed and grain service and U.S. feed dealer in Edgewood.
This is Jamie Vasky from Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester. For residential or commercial plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, and top-quality Lennox furnaces and air conditioners, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester or call 927-2232.
The Woodland Eye Clinic, providing the best in quality eye care and eyewear in the Dyersville, Elkader, West Union, and Guttenberg communities. For a lifetime of healthy vision, be sure to schedule an appointment with the friendly staff and doctors at the Woodland Eye Clinic.
Family fun and great food await you at Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille Sports Bar. Come out for a fun night of bowling or watch the big game on their 10-foot HD big screen. And, of course, great food and your favorite beverages. Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille Sports Bar, East Main Street, Manchester.
Holtz Construction in Manchester, your local contractor for all your ag construction needs. Terry and the staff at Holtz Construction support all area athletes and are here to serve you.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
East Buchanan Telephone has been providing outstanding customer service to local areas for over 50 years. Services include high-speed internet, DSL, wireless internet, HD video, business and residential phone service, and more. Call East Buchanan Telephone for more information.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether you're auto, home, business, health, and even your life. People's Insurance Agency, partnering with Heritage Mutual, has been protecting your assets for years. Please call your local insurance advisors located at 1212 West Marion Street. People's Insurance Agency delivers peace of mind.
The staff at Bowenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home in Earlville are proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff in tournament action. Wishing you continued success from Bowenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home in Earlville.
Back in Wells Fargo Arena, Des Moines. Not a bad showing at all by the folks. A little more Cascade faithful here than the 8:30 game on Tuesday night. They still did hold classes back for the ones that are not able to make the trip. Classes back at Cascade High School. A couple of them are tuning in, watching, and listening. Back in Cascade, including Mr. Hummel's class, Roman Hummel, the head baseball coach and assistant boys basketball coach. Hello, everyone, back in the Cascade area, cheering on the Cougars from afar on this Friday morning, the first day of March 2019. Cougars hold a 1-point lead at halftime, 17-16. Cascade State Tournament basketball brought to you in part by American Realty out of Dubuque, Ron McCarthy agent. Also, Beck Seed, Hillside Sports Bar and Grill in Monticello, Heiberger Insurance, Champion Seed, and Pike County Disposal. 17-16, Cascade the lead. We're at halftime. As a slow start for the Cougars, Grundy Center came out aggressive, and they definitely had the momentum in the early part of this contest. They led 4-0 right off the bat. They led by 7 two times at 9-2 and 11-4. And they held just a 1-point lead as Cascade made a nice spurt at the end of that first quarter, 12-11, Grundy Center. And then the Cougars only 10 points scored in that second quarter as Cascade outscored Grundy Center 6-4 for the 1-point lead here at halftime. What are the numbers telling you? What are you seeing here in this game as a tight one as we expected? It was a 4-point championship game a year ago.
Well, you can see both coaches have done their homework in terms of the personnel that they want to defend. At the defensive end for Grundy Center, they're giving all kinds of attention to Simon, Welter, and McDermott, who have accounted for 15 of the 17 Cascade points here in the first half. The only other basket scored by anybody else, 2 points from anyone else on the team right now. And I think you'll continue to see those other players get plenty of room on the perimeter, whether it's Dolphin or whoever they have out there. Grundy's going to sink their help to try to take away some of those gaps and those driving lanes to the basket and really help aggressively on Welter when she's going to her left hand on the inside. Defensively, one of the decisions that Coach Gonza has clearly made is that Cascade is going to get back on defense. They've only got one offensive rebound here in the first half. When the shot goes up, you can see 4 players are starting to turn and run. And what that does is that takes Grundy Center out of what they like to do, which is to get up and down, get the pace of the game going. And the result of that maybe is Cascade not getting a lot of extra opportunities at the offensive end, but at the defensive end, it means that Grundy Center has to score against that zone. And so far in the first half, they are 1 for 10 from the three-point line. They're only 25% from the field altogether. But as we've mentioned repeatedly, 8 offensive rebounds have allowed them to get to the foul line, have allowed them second chance opportunities. Wallace, Cascade has done a great job on her. She's only got 4 points here in the first half. I would expect that Grundy will run some things to try to get her in some better scoring positions here in the second half. McMartin has kind of come off the bench and kept them afloat with 7 points. We mentioned she's only averaging 2.5 on the season. So they've gotten some contribution aside from their 3 leading scorers here that's kept this game competitive. Honestly, I think this game is probably going to end up being in the low 40s. I don't think either team is going to get a lot of separation here unless Grundy Center gets hot from 3. I think both teams are going to have to earn it in the half court. They're going to have to make some contested shots. And, again, some of those role players are going to have to step up and make a contribution for their teams to be able to pull away.
2 of the best defensive teams in the state. Top 3, Grundy Center, number 1, only allowing 31 points a game defensively. They score 64 offensively. Cascade coming in averaging 53 offense. They only give up 34 a game. So no surprise if this one stays in the upper 30s, low 40s. As halftime here, 17-16 Cascade. We take a look at some of the individual numbers for Cascade. Leading the way right now is Abby Welter with 6 points, 5 points for Jordan Simon, 4 points for Nicole McDermott, and 2 for Rachel Trubb. For Grundy Center, as Nate said, leading the way is Maddie McMartin, the guard who only averages 2 a game. She scored all 7 in that first quarter. Reason her team got off to a great start and up early as 4 points for Haley Wallace, 3 for Kylie Willis, 1 apiece for Brooke Flater and Sarah Lindemann. Cougars lead by 1. There was 1 lead change. They took the lead and still have it with 4:30 to go in the second quarter, and no ties in this game as the Cougars lead 17-16. More numbers here. Rebounding department, a point of emphasis there for Coach Gonson and company. I would think Grundy Center out rebounding the Cougars 21-12, and just 2 offensive boards for Cascade, 8 for Grundy Center, 13-10 Grundy Center defensively. Shooting wise, 31% for Cascade, 7 of 22. Grundy Center 6 of 24 for 25%. 3-point range, 25% for the Cougars, just 10% for Grundy Center, 50% for both teams from the free throw line. Turnovers, Grundy Center 9, Cascade 7. As we will come back and get you ready for the third quarter here. Cougars lead by 1 at halftime, 17-16. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Steve Moyle Masonry, a family-owned commercial masonry contractor based in Manchester. Quality is what we're about. Visit us online at smoylemasonry.com.
Winthrop Locker does all custom and specialty processing and third-party labeling. Stop by the Winthrop Locker for a large selection of award-winning bacon, sausage, jerky, a variety of broad steaks, and more. Visit them online at winthroplocker.com and on Facebook.
Susie Meyer with Exit Realty has been serving the Manchester, Delhi, and surrounding areas with all their real estate needs. Call Susie Meyer with Exit Realty. She has a proven track record and is ready to work for you. Good luck in tournament action from Susie Meyer with Exit Realty.
Biofield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Biofield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
C&J Dirt Works in Delaware is here to help you with your tile work, new construction, rock hauling, and more. Contact Chad at C&J Dirt Works to help you with your spring and summer projects, offering free estimates.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Community Insurance in Edgewood is proud to support all area athletes and wish them the best of luck in tournament action for all of your auto, farm, business, and home insurance. Community Insurance in Edgewood, cheering you on to victory.
back in courtside Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Almost time for the third quarter. 17-16 Cascade lead. As Cascade proved their record as 7-1 in first-round games with that victory over Dike New Hartford on a Tuesday night. Now 10-6 all-time at the state tournament, dating back to 2002, as they've been here 6 times in the last 7 seasons, just missing 2016. As the Cougars looking for their second ever state title, looking for their third ever state title appearance tomorrow night if they can hang on here and win this one, as they got beat by ICAM Manning by 19 back in 2009, and then with the win over Grundy Center last year, and those 2 state championship appearances for them. For Grundy Center, they've been in the title game 3 times, including last year. They lost the title game back in 2004. They won it in 2005. Their state record is at 12-5. Well, my partner is a part of the IBCA. The president-elect will take over next fall, as he's here just not helping me today. He'll help hand out some all-academic awards tonight, IBCA. And congratulations to a few area girls that'll be receiving those awards tonight, as coaches and family will be down with those players. Vanessa Hamlin of Starmont, also Kylie Kurt of North Lynn, and Sam Wall of Maquoketa Valley. And get to give one to one of your own players, Macy Miller of Linmar. That's always a nice honor, and always pays to be a good student athlete as well.
Absolutely.
As Grundy Center gets the ball going right to left to start this third quarter, Cascade by 1 after a 28-minute first half of play. And there's a pass inside, stolen away. 10th turnover for Grundy Center as Welter latches onto that ball on the baseline and gets it to McDermott. McDermott over the timeline, passes right side. Here's Simon, puts it on the floor, drives baseline, bounce pass, knocked away. Had it going to Trum, right idea, but getting in there and knocking away was Sydney Matthews for Grundy Center. Baseline inbounds, Cascade.
Now, once again, you see that sinking help side on the back that got the deflection on that entry. Simon made the right read, but the help got there just in time.
As Simon trying to pass it inside, it's deflected away. McDermott goes strong, gets it to go, and is fouled. What a move by Nicole McDermott, going aggressive to the rim right side. McDermott gets her 3rd field goal. She's got 6. Just so mentally tough. And staying with that one, a strong move inside. She tries to make the old-fashioned 3-point play, and she does.
Well, it's a nice little set from Coach Townsend there. McDermott threw the ball in bounds and then flashed right in front of it on the low block. She's not very big, but she got an inside seal there, and when she turned to score, she got fouled over the back and was able to finish.
Largest lead of the game now, 4 for the Cougars, 20-16. 7-15 in Kelly. Here's a finger roll all the way in. Now Wallace, the star player for Grundy Center, with the answer, and she looks for an old-fashioned 3-point play. Haley Wallace only 4 points at halftime. Sure, that's a point of emphasis for Matt Lindemann and company, trying to get her further involved in this game. She misses a free throw, and they'll come back the other way. Cascade had their largest lead at 4. It's back to 2 now, 20-18. 7 minutes and counting here in the third frame. McDermott has it. Left-handed, hip-high dribble. Now right hand, driving right side, passes right corner. Dolphin puts it on the floor with the left hand, puts it up with the right hand. No good, left short. Right side, rebounded, front side by Sydney Matthews. Now left wing is McMartin. Up top of the key, right wing. Wallace for a 3. Got it to go. There's Haley Wallace for her first 3 ball of the game. That's the second 3 for Grundy Center. The third 3 for anybody here today. And our second lead change. Back to a 1-point advantage. Spartans, 21-20. Trump drives in to the left block, throws it out. Wallace off and running now. Passes across the lane to Flater, and she's fouled by Abby Welter. Oh, how quickly momentum can change. As now Flater on the line to shoot 2. Grundy Center, the 1-point lead, 6:24 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, as you said, I'm sure it was a point of emphasis at halftime for Grundy Center to try to get Wallace to be a little bit more aggressive. You know, she may have been a little more passive in that second quarter, being saddled with 2 fouls, and did a great job of finishing that quarter without picking up a third. Here we see her attack the basket. She comes up with a steal. She generates and creates an opportunity here for for the layup where they got fouled here in transition and then hit the big three. So Cascade's going to have to do a little bit better job of making it difficult for her as they did in the first half.
Slater makes the first one, misses the second one. She's an outstanding volleyball player as well. The 5'11 senior. She's on her way to Grandview here in Des Moines to play college volleyball. 22-20, Cascade down by 2. 6 minutes and counting here in the third. Here's a jumper from baseline. Got it to go. Nicole McDermott on a 12-footer left side. She gets her 4th field goal of the game. She's got 9 points now. As right side, now back up top. Inside, losing the ball, just falling down with it was Kylie Willis. Drum comes back with it. Cougars, right side. Dolphin for a 3 right corner. No good. Skims around, pops out. Welter lays off. Trying to go for that board. Plater gets a rebound in front of her.
That was a great look in transition. She was wide open here at the offensive end. And once again, Wallace put in the ball hard on the floor, going right to the rim with the right hand. Cascade gave away that gap and gave her just a little bit of a bump, it looked like, before she went for that scoop shot. Bailed her out a little bit. I don't think that one was going in if they didn't foul her there. Now she goes back to the free throw line.
Makes the first one. One more to come. 23-22. The 1-point lead. We've had 2 ties, or just 1 tie in this game, I should say, as the second one up and good. It's 24-22 now. Takis gets rid of it. McDermott driving. There's a bump. No foul. Thank you. Thank you. That was going to be not good if that contact was let go right there as McDermott went crashing to the ground. The late whistle came, and Maddie McMartin will get called for her second. As a baseline inbounds underneath, McDermott will get it into Huffman. Huffman, McDermott, Welter, Simon, and Takis, the 5 for Cascade. Huffman back up top to Welter. 5:20 and counting, third frame. 24-22, Grundy Center. Takis all the way in. She traveled first. Yep. They go back the other way. Takis trying to be aggressive, get something happening as she drove the lane. Went left side, but traveled first. And Grundy Center has it now right in front of us here in their half-court set. Left side, wide open 3, up and good. Nothing but net there for Sydney Matthews, her first field goal of the game. As a 5-point lead now, largest in a while for Grundy Center, 27-22, 4:50 and counting here in this third quarter. McDermott puts it up. That's no good off the right side. Rebounded by Grundy Center. Now ball's on the floor. That jump ball is going to be called as Robin Takis gets in on the floor there and ties up Matthews. And it will be Cascade basketball now as Dolphin and Trum come back in. Simon and Welter will take a breather for the Cougars.
Well, we talked at halftime about the 3-point shooting of Grundy Center. They were only 1 for 10 in the first half. They shoot 37% from 3 on the season. They make their first 2 here in the second half. That's going to be big if they get hot from the outside.
McDermott back inside to Takis. Takis now will get it back out to Nicole. McDermott driving, contact, puts it up. Nice job again, playing through the contact there. McDermott a timeout. Coach Sconza wants to talk some things over here. A full timeout, we'll take it with him as 27-24, Cascade down by 4. Still a lot of time to go in this game. 4:36 to be exact in the third quarter. We're back after this in KMCH Sports.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Nutrient Ag Solutions in Winthrop, the world's largest provider of crop inputs and services. Contact Nutrient Ag Solutions in Winthrop to profit from their experience.
Your family.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Himes Awards provides high-quality awards and custom laser engraving for any occasion. Himes Awards, located inside the Pro Shop of Lightning Lanes in Manchester. Stop in or go to HimesAwards.com.
John Swisher, Linmar head basketball coach, Nate Sanderson courtside. 4.5 to go here. Cascade State basketball, KMCH Sports on this Friday morning. 27-24, Grundy Center, the 3-point lead. Here's a right corner 3 by Thorne. As back in there, post player, and the 5'11" freshman takes the three from the corner, no good backside. Cougars will take it as McDermott up top with it. Now driving in, sees a lane, kicks off right side. Walter for the shot, no good. Back side rebound by Wallace. Wallace sees a player up ahead, that's Zinkula. As Zinkula is run into, Dolphin could not stop. As Zinkula put it on the floor and stood right where she caught it. And Dolphin goes flying over top of her after making some contact. And Abby, check that, Skylar Dolphin will pick up her first foul. And there's contact inside as Rachel Trump. Inside, no, not on her. It's going to be called on Dolphin. Dolphin, the reach-in foul on the arm called. And Flater will go to the line to shoot two.
Well, Dolphin just fell asleep for a half second there on the inbound play. Flater started at the elbow and just flashed right to the ball. Nobody put a body in front of her. Dolphin really not given many other options other to reach in and try to keep her from finishing.
And the first one was no good, and the second one is airballed there. So Flater has only made 2 free throws, 2 of 6. Now a timeout called. Coach Linneman not liking something here, wanted to set something up, talk to his ladies again. He takes a second 30-second timeout. He's got 3 fulls remaining. Cougars have 2 fulls and 1:30. 27-24, 3:56 to go. Well, they're in this third quarter.
This might be a situation where Coach Lindman wants to turn the press back on. He's got the air ball free throw, which means it's going to be a dead ball out of bounds. We've seen some full court man-to-man pressure where they've denied the inbound and made it difficult for Cascade to get it in. We've also seen a little bit of 2-2-1 pressure here in the first half from Grundy Center. Wouldn't surprise me at all if they came out to try to crank up the pressure here to create a little separation before we get into that fourth quarter.
3-point lead, 27-24. 3:56 to go here in this third quarter of play. McDermott getting into Dolphin. Now McDermott will bring it up. It's McDermott, Dolphin, Walter, Simon, and Trump. Trump, right elbow. Fake the handoff, now hands it off. McDermott runs into the defender, just throws it up. She was going to get called for travel. She didn't. It goes off the right side of the backboard and rebounded by Grundy Center. Good defense there again by Grundy Center, recognizing McDermott and stepping in to cut it off.
Well, Cascade's run that scissor action off the high post a couple of times here already this week. And Grundy Center, well scouted, got in front of McDermott going to the basket.
Right corner 3 by Zinkula. That's her first of the game. The 3-pointer gives the Spartans a 6-point lead, 30-24. Cougars need to respond here. 3 minutes and counting here in the third frame. Dolphin puts on the floor, drives in, puts it up no good off the back of the rim. Rebound, fought for Trump. She loses it, rolls off her shoulder, bounces on the ground. Zinkula comes up with it. And Grundy Center has the ball, the 6-point lead, under 3 to play here in this third quarter. Up top now left side. Left elbow with it is Thorne. Left wing, 3, no good. Too hard off the back of the rim. Batted around, pinball around, controlled by, that's a reach-in, not called by Dolphin. They're going to call a travel. As Dolphin had 2 white jerseys right on her. And that's frustrating there as Dolphin got bumped into, but nothing called. Got to play through it here. Got some adversity. How can the Cougars respond?
Well, in that situation, you really want to value the basketball down by 6. You need a shot more than anything else. Dolphin tried to make something happen in transition. Turned it over.
And this ball is out of bounds. I think that's the right call. I think it hit Nicole's hand as it went out. It'll stay Grundy Center basketball. As Nicole McDermott was going for the ball. And there's the reach-in, not called by Dolphin. And Grundy Center will keep it. 30-24. Officials letting them play a little bit here this morning. As right side, left-handed dribble, Zinkula back up top to Cora Sock. Now left side, Zinkula. McDermott collapses down on her. Thorne now right side. Grundy Center just being very patient. Wallace goes all the way in. Contact called there. She lost the handle of it. They say a reach-in grab is the result, the reason for it, as McDermott picks up her first foul. Team foul number 6-2 on Grundy Center. Wallace on the line to shoot 2.
And Wallace has done a good job of exploiting that gap between the top defender and the bottom defender in the zone. In that situation, the ball went to the high post. went left wing high post and then kicked it through on the right wing. She shot faked, and then again, she's going straight ahead as hard as she can, right to the right side of that rim. And once again, Cascade just a half step late there trying to contest, gave her the bump. And I think if you don't touch her there, she probably is going to miss that layup. She was going pretty hard to the basket, but unfortunately got bailed out and made both free throws.
32-24 now, under 2 minutes to go. McDermott off and running inside. Goes off the fingertips of Walter, ends in the hands of a Grundy center player, and back come the Spartans. Wallace has it up top. Passes left wing. It's a Sock. Sock surveying, gets a screen from Thorne, now passes left side. Left corner is Willis. Kylie puts it on the floor. Wallace for a three, good. And the largest lead climbs to 11 now for Grundy Center.
And this becomes a critical situation for Cascade here with 1:20 left here in the third quarter. McDermott gets called hand check as she's driving to the lane, and they'll throw it in underneath here. But boy, if you're Cascade, you want your best player to have the ball in her hands, and you definitely want to try to find the best shot you can on this possession to try to stop the bleeding here before we get into the fourth quarter.
7 points for McDermott in this third quarter. She's got all the Cougars' points. She had 4 at halftime. 35-24. A 19-7 run right now for Grundy Center since halftime. 11-point advantage all the way in. Jump hook, high off the window, and good. Welter. That patented move by Abby Welter as she gets her 8th points of the night, 30 of the morning, I should say, 35-26. There's a travel called as shuffling the feet and go back the other way.
Well, Wallace had a step there. She kind of sliced through the Cascade pressure and saw somebody open on the right wing. She just dragged that pivot foot before she could get rid of the basketball here. Again, another opportunity for Cascade to try to dig into that lead. Important because Grundy Center's got the arrow going into the next quarter here on the next tie-up or starting the fourth quarter. You want to try to find a great shot, and I'd look for Nicole McDermott again to try to create something off a dribble here.
Huffman will inbound it, looking for McDermott. She gets it in the backcourt. 35-26, 50 seconds in counting. Here in this third quarter, Cougars trail by 9. Simon hesitates, takes the three, needed that one, no good. Bounces off left side. Good job by Huffman tying up the bigger player, the freshman Thorne. Freshman against freshman. And a tie ball. Possession arrow goes Grundy Center. Rachel Trum will come back in. Huffman will take a breather as Trum back in with McDermott, Dalton, Welter, and Simon.
Cascade coming out in their 2-2-1 press here. We haven't seen a lot of this yet. We'll see if they can generate the turnovers, and they do cause another turnover. The travel on Grundy Center will turn it back over to Cascade. Now with 43 seconds left and the arrow, a chance to get a little bit closer here.
Mike Martin caught up in the air with it and took an extra step and go back the other way. Trum gets it for McDermott. Dribbles in, left elbow. Now Welter, left side. Simon. Shot up, air ball out of bounds. Jordan Simon, only 5 points in this game, a 3 in the first quarter and 2 in the second. As the Cougars missing some offense here. Dolphin, no points so far in this game, the second leading scorer. Abby Welter has 8. And McDermott with 11. Right side, right corner. Zinkler thought about it. Now she takes a dribble in, shoots the 16-footer instead inside the right wing, and Zinkler has 5 points. It's back to 11-point lead. 3 seconds to go. McDermott driving in, trying to get a basket. The ball is knocked on the floor. They'll throw it ahead, and that's the end of the third quarter. Cougars have some work to do to try to get back to the state title game and take down Grundy Center for the second year in a row. 37-24. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Beck's, the largest family-owned retail seed company in the U.S., is dedicated to the needs and profitability of farmers. With access to the most diverse genetic and trait offerings in the world, Beck's provides farmers with the right products for their farm. Place a Beck's seed order. Contact your local seed dealers, John McMillan in Aurora, Adam Reth in Manchester, and Russ Funke in Dyersville.
J&D Catering and Suites in New Vienna provides exceptional handcrafted food, whether a cocktail buffet, formal dinner, or a themed event. Let Diane and her staff create a customized menu sure to wow your guests. They offer an extensive specialty cupcake and cake menu. Call or check them out on Facebook. Let J&D Catering and Suites set your next special event above the rest.
Looking for a place to gather with family and friends? Your look is over. Gather your family and friends and head to the Hillside Sports Bar and Grill. Join them for some great food and sports before, during, or after the game. Best of luck from everyone at Hillside Sports Bar and Grill in Monticello.
Cascade Girls State Tournament Basketball brought to you in part by Pike County Disposal, Champion Seed, Heiberger Insurance, Hillside Sports Bar and Grill, Beck Seed, American Realty. Out of Dubuque, Ron McCarthy, the agent, as Cascade down by 11. We start quarter number 4. Cole McDermott up top with it. Now left side. Up top, trying to throw it left side. I should say Wallace knocks it away. And a turnover there for the Cougars. The 13th and a left wing 3. And it's getting worse right off the bat here in the third quarter. When you needed something good and positive, Cougars down by 14 now.
Well, unfortunately, that's the worst possible scenario to start the fourth quarter. Don't get a shot on offense, and then at the other end, Wallace hits the 3 to extend it to 14.
Now the Cougars can't buy a basket. Still there. McDermott drives in the backside rebound off the missed 3 in the right corner. McDermott able to get it and put it up. And McDermott, what a leader she is as a junior. She just grabbed Simon and probably said something to the effect of, hey, keep your head up. Keep playing. Let's battle back here. Don't worry about the shots not falling. You got to keep shooting.
Well, there's certainly plenty of time left here. 11-point game. Cascade's got plenty of opportunities in front of them here. They got to keep defending and then keep being aggressive on offense.
Ball's tipped away by Trum. That's going to be a jump ball. State Ready Center basketball is Thorne, the post player in there, the freshman, tied up with 3 Navy jerseys right around her. And Thorne will come out now, and checking back in is Kylie Willis. Baseline inbound, Spartan ball, right corner 3, knocked out of there by Simon. Blocked by Simon. McDermott up ahead to Dolphin, up and running. Cougars can't get that one to go. Dolphin left it too strong off the backside, rebounded by Grundy center. 11-point game as the Cougar faithful wanted something there. What, travel? What do they want?
I don't know if it looked like Wallace was pretty close to that baseline as she almost stepped on it, recovering the ball after it was deflected.
As Wallace has it, McDermott guarding her. This one's knocked away on a shot attempt, but it ends in the hands of Flater, and she gets it. It's off the window and good. When it's going your way, it's going your way. 42-29, 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, right place, right time for Flater. The ball just got ping-ponged around, landed right in her hands, right in front of the basket, and she laid it in.
No good off the back of the rim on a top-of-the-key 3 by Walter. Off the mark, backside, chased down by Dolphin and a Grundy center player. Tie up there. Possession arrow stays with the Cougars. As a sub coming here. As back in is Sydney Matthews for Grundy Center. Cougars have it down by 13. 42-29, 6:20 and counting here in this quarter number 4. Driving in, contact in the air. McDermott go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you can really see McDermott's competitiveness coming out here. She senses her team is on the ropes a little bit here. That's 2 offensive rebounds that she's either grabbed for herself or tied up to maintain possession. Here she just attacks the basket 1-on-3, but draws the contact, gets to the line, and kind of have a sense that as this thing gets down to the wire here, she's going to want the ball in her hands to make something happen for her team.
No doubt about it. The junior leader, all-state player on that tournament team, as a sophomore a year ago. McDermott with 2 more free throws there, 4 for 4 from the line. She's got 16 points on the night. Nicole McDermott, 6:19 to go. Number 4 on the all-time list of points behind Ashley Arlen, Chelsea Getkin, and Lana Otting in girls basketball history at Cascade. As a pass inside, lost by Flater. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Cascade basketball. Coach Lindeman can't believe it. He thought one of those Cougars touched it, but Looked like it, from our angle, it went off of Flater's hands as well. 42-31, 11-point lead, 6:03 to go here in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, Cascade's done a great job of being active defensively with their hands. Obviously, the 2-3 zone is that much better when you're trying to get deflections. They've created a couple of turnovers here now, and again, they need to get a good shot. We'll see what Nicole McDermott does with the basketball in this possession.
5:50 and counting here in quarter number 4. There's a pass inside. Simon trying to get it to Welter, but forced it too much, and Flater, her long, lanky arms, knocked that ball away. Double team trap there. Wallace gets it ahead to Matthews. Now left wing with it is McMartin. Back up top. Flater inside. Good pass. Up. No good. Pinballed around and on the floor. And Walter just rips it out of there and gets it to Trump. Now McDermott will come and get it. And the Cougars have it. Down by 11. Still plenty of time. And there's too much contact there from behind. Just running right into her was Maddie McMartin. As McMartin will get called for her third foul. Unfortunately, it was on the floor, so the baseline, that was in the lane, should be baseline inbounds underneath. That should be underneath.
And they're moving it under, yep.
42-31, 5:22 to go here in the fourth as Allie Huffman comes back in. Jordan Simon will take a breather, but first we have a timeout. A full timeout it is for Cascade as the Cougars trail by 11. 42-31, 5:22 to go in this fourth quarter. Back after this from KNCH Sports.
Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
Ellis Implement and Outdoor LLC in Coggan is the go-to spot for all of your farm equipment and servicing needs. A servicing dealer for farm and outdoor power consumer lines such as Bad Boy Power Mowers, Bush Hog, Woods, Dixon, Kohler engines, Big Dog mowers, and more. Ellis Implement and Outdoor LLC in Coggan wishes the best of luck to all area athletes.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Moyle Rental Services has the equipment you need to get your jobs done, from skid loaders to high-reach forklifts, man lifts, and more. Stop by and speak with Jason at Moyle Rental Services on Rocky Ridge Road in Manchester.
John and Nate back with you. Wells Fargo Arena. Cascade has the basketball. Trumbull get it into McDermott. Wallace almost knocked that one away as her back was to the ball as a left wing three. There's Skylar Dolphin, her first points of the game, and the Cougars needed that one. Down by 8, 42-34. 5 minutes and counting in this game. The rematch for the Class 2A title game, and the Cougars won by 4 a season ago. Here's a jumper left side. Flater, no good off the backside, and Huffman with the rebound. Huffman waiting for help, and she throws it into the hands of a Grundy Center defender. It's knocked away, and Grundy Center has the basketball, going right to left. Up top, Wallace calling for the ball, left wing. The senior competitor doesn't want this to be her final game of her high school basketball career. She's on her way to Minnesota State Mankato Division II to continue her playing days. 42-34.
She'll play with a couple of my former players up there in Michaela Hazel and Riley
right.
Minster.
I thought that sounded familiar of some area players going there. The two Springville girls, part of that great success the past several years. At Springville, pass inside. Flater loses it, but too much contact as Welter will get called for the foul. The baseline inbounds underneath.
Well, that's not a bad foul for Cascade here. Flater has struggled from the line. Her last 2 attempts barely got the rim, and sometimes that gets in your head. You lose a little bit of confidence there. And with Cascade down 8 with 4 minutes to go, you might see a little bit of that strategy. I'm not saying that we're going to see a full hack of Flater here, but I wouldn't be afraid to put her on the line, especially as the moments get bigger and bigger down the stretch.
It's the 17th foul, so one of the bonus here. Flater on the line. She's made 2 of 6 so far. She knocks that one down. That never fails. If you try to do that, try to put them on the line. Coming up with one there, Flater will have one more. And the second one is good as well.
Well, that's why I'm sitting on this side of the court and not the other side, I guess.
44-34, 10-point lead. Dolphin will bring it up. It's Dolphin, McDermott, Simon, Trum, and Welter, the 5. 4 minutes and counting here in this fourth quarter. All the way in, contact there, blocking foul coming. Welter drove in right side. And the body blocking foul called on Brooke Wader. That's team foul number 7 now. Abby Welter on the line to shoot one in the bonus as the Welter, the junior, 5'8" junior, 0 for 2. Her first time to the line back in the second quarter. She's got 8 points, only 2 in this second half. Nothing in the fourth quarter yet. 3:59 to go. 10-point lead. Can she make it 9? No. It curls out right side and rebounded by Grundy Center. And the Spartans have the 10-point lead in the ball under 4 minutes to go here. Time starting to be on Grundy Center's side here.
Cascade.
And against Cascade.
Matched up here man-to-man, trying to get some pressure on the basketball and overplay some passing lanes. They got to try to make something happen. Certainly sitting back in the 2-3 zone and allowing Grundy Center to run some clock is not the answer. Wallace just counters by putting the ball on the floor in the gaps and going straight to the basket as she has in the second half. Most of the time here, misses the free throw, but she's got 15 since halftime and has been a big key for Grundy Center.
Wallace drove, was pushed by Dolphin as the free throw no good, as Nate said, but driving with Simon. She passed out to the Dolphins, but before she did, a little on the arm contact there. That'll be on Haley Wallace, her third. 44-34, 10-point lead, 3:38 to go. Huffman will check back in for Dolphin as Huffman joins Trump. Also in there, Welter, Simon, and McDermott. As Simon to the free throw, missed short. Rebounded by Welter, though, on the baseline. I thought that might have been a double dribble. She'll dribble back in. She puts it up. It's collected by Thorne, and then she is fouled on the reach-in called. Probably Simon. No, they called on Welter.
Well, that was an interesting sequence there. Welter got the rebound, went back up with it, got blocked. The ball came down and hit off of her hands. It looked like a fumble, and then she grabbed it, took another dribble, went back up, blocked again. And Grundy Center was able to rebound it out of a crowd and now goes back to the free throw line.
Welter will check out with 4 fouls. Thorne on the line. First one dances around, no good. That left side, rebounded by McDermott, a foul called. And we go back, it's become a free throw parade here the last several moments as Flater.
Cascade's had some opportunities with the clock stopped at the free throw line. They missed the front end of a couple of one-on-ones here. McDermott will go to the line, hopefully to be able to knock down these two, and then we'll see if Cascade comes out with a little bit more pressure on the season. Grundy Center shooting 70%, almost 70% as a team from the line. Cascade 61%. Certainly they are no bigger than these two right here.
McDermott 4 for 4 already here in the second half. Nothing in the first half of the foul line, and gets that one to go. She'll have one more. 44-35, 3:30 to go here in this fourth quarter. For Flater, it's her third foul as she checks out for a... Nope, she stays in there. As McDermott knocks down the second one. Cougars down by 10, 45-35. Largest lead has been 14. Wallace driving all the way in, and on the arm foul call on German Simon. Frustration call there on Simon. That was, I don't think that was because of the call. That was frustrated on herself. And both officials come over and tell her to cool it there. She punched the padding underneath the basket. Simon just has had a difficult game. She's frustrated. Only 5 points in the first half. And there is a free throw up and good by Haley Wallace.
Well, one of the challenges for Cascade here, they want to get out in pressure and try to generate some turnovers in the full court, but every time Wallace gets the ball, she's just straight ahead with that right hand. They can't stay in front of her at the half-court line, and by the time the back end of that defense rotates over, they've fouled her going to the basket, and that's what Simon was upset about there. But, boy, she's been aggressive, and she's made winning plays here down the stretch for Grundy Center.
Indeed. She is a competitor, and Minnesota State Mankato is getting a good basketball player. Huffman bringing it up over the timeline. 2 more free throws made there by Wallace. Back to 10, 48-36 all the way in. With a reverse layup. Welter goes left to right, left hand on the right side, off the window, and good. As Welter, with her second field goal in the second half, 5th of the game, she's got 10 points, 46-38. Get a stop here and becomes much more interesting as ball's turned over. Bounced out and lost out of bounds. Cascade will get the ball down by 8, 2:54 to go.
Grundy Center didn't seem to know exactly what they wanted to do in that possession. With 3 minutes to go and an 8-point lead, you certainly want to be patient, but I think you still want to look for opportunities for easy baskets.
McDermott drives in 15. Fully got to go, and the foul. She'll go to the line and shoot. Exactly what the Cougars need there. McDermott is fouled as she took the 16-foot jumper just behind the free throw line, knocked down to the ground. As not a wise decision for Grundy Center on a shot foul like that. You're going to give her one, I would think, aren't they? They're talking. They're discussing.
I think they're trying to figure out if she landed and established herself before she got back down on the block out or if it was part of the act of shooting.
Oh.
And it looks like they're going to shoot, too, and say that she did establish position and was fouled after the
that? Even better. So 2 shots instead of just a 3-point play opportunity. The first one up and good. That's exactly who you'd want shooting 2 more. So 1 there and another one coming.
Coach Lindemann doesn't look thrilled with the call. Coach Scanza has no complaints on the sideline for Cascade.
And just like that, this game is at 5 points. We talked about it. Never count the aggressiveness of Nicole McDermott out. She's fighting until that final buzzer, and the second one up and splash city there. A 4-point game. Got as much as 14, the Cougars are right back in it, down 46-42. 2.5 to go in this fourth quarter. Tremendous comeback by Cascade. Can they complete it? Come all the way back. Up top, Dolphin guarding the ball handler. McMartin now right side. Flater and Welter on her. The defense just been stepped up. Looked like a near travel, but Welter checked that. Flater getting it off and getting the pass off to Wallace. And then the timeout comes for Coach Lindemann, a full timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Well, Grundy Center there came out trying to spread the floor a little bit. Coach Scanza matched up Cascade here man for man and had McDermott guarding Wallace and face guarding her. So she was not playing in any passing lanes, just trying to deny the ball to get back to Wallace. And you could see Grundy Center was a little bit out of sorts by that. The ball ended up on the sideline right next to Coach Lindemann. He took the timeout as Wallace was trying to come and get it. I would imagine you'll see Grundy Center try to get the ball to Wallace on the inbound here and then spread the floor, probably in a 5-out alignment, maybe with some cutters going through, and just give her opportunities to get to the rim. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left offensively, I would still look to try to be aggressive. We would take layups in that situation to try to spread this lead out, maybe back to a 6 or 7 point game. And certainly being in the double bonus, you want to stay aggressive there as well to get to the free throw line for Cascade. You can kind of pick your poison here. You got a little bit of time if you want to try to foul, but they've been really aggressive getting deflections, and if they can turn it over and get it in the hands of Nicole McDermott, they certainly have plenty of time left here to come back in this game.
Both teams shooting double bonus as there's a pass lob over Wallace, knocked away by McDermott. Cougars have it. Simon will get it from McDermott. Simon left side to Dolphin. Now, right block. Trum driving in, putting up in traffic. No good. Left it short right side. Back comes Grundy Center with it out. 2 minutes and counting here. 46-42. Cascade trails by 4. Wallace looking for help. She gets it right side to Matthews. Ball knocked away. I did not hear a whistle that time, but a whistle was called. The foul called. 2 shots coming here for Matthews. Is that on purpose or unintentional contact?
I don't know. That was strange.
Did you hear a whistle?
There. I did not hear a whistle either, but everybody stopped, so somebody must have heard something, because all the players stopped here, and now we're going to the free throw line.
As on the line is Matthews. The first one is up and good. She's got 4 points, and she'll have one more, averaging just under 3 points a night at 72% free throw shooter.
Well, one thing that Cascade has done a great job of here in the last minute is making it difficult for Wallace to get the ball back. And although she makes both free throws here, you certainly would rather have somebody else have to beat you.
Back to 6. Huffman gets ahead to Dolphin all the way up the back of the rim. Skylar Dolphin, 5 points in this fourth quarter after being shut out until then. 48-44, back to 4. A little bumping contact underneath body on Skylar Dolphin. Hitting the court is Maddie McMartin. Dolphin knows it. She goes right to the bench. That's her 5th foul as the Dolphin is fouled out. She's hoping not for her final time of the year as the junior. Dolphin has played her final time in this game, and Rachel Trum will come in for her. 48-44, 4-point lead, 1:43 to go. Is on the line is Maddie McMartin.
Another adjustment Coach Conda's made here is he's moved Simon over to guard Wallace. She's a little bit longer, makes it a little bit more difficult for her to catch the basketball when they're trying to find her in that press break. And Grundy Center just keeps parading a different player to the line, and they have been lights out here from the free throw line in the last couple of minutes.
Only missed one so far, and they continue that theme. 8 of 9 in the fourth quarter from the foul line for Grundy Center. They lead again by 6. Simon drives. Might have got away with a travel. Put it up, no good, right side. Front side rebound by Wallace. Too much contact there. Wallace is fouled, so go back to the line to shoot 2. 50-44, 6-point lead. 1:31 to go here in this fourth quarter.
Well, we've seen this a lot this week. When teams trail by 1 or 2 possessions under 2 minutes, we see a lot of, not necessarily panic, but impatience on the offense. When you're down by 6 there, you don't have to necessarily get a 3, and it doesn't necessarily have to be right away either. You just want to get a score. And I thought Simon had penetration there, but she kind of got off balance going up with that right hand and did not get bailed out by the officials there. Grundy Center is able to come down with the rebound. You've got time to work for something better. Now you're going to have to really hurry.
Made the first one, missed the second one. It's a 7-point lead. Then a half to go. Simon, right wing, skip pass, left side. Hoffman inside, Welter. Double team, kicks it out. Left wing, huge 3 needed. Trum, no good. Too hard off the back of the rim. Rebound skied for, boy, she get up in the air there. Wallace can jump as the Wallace able to bring it up here on the far sideline, and she is fouled to go back to the line to shoot 2.
And both coaches seem to be reading off the same page in the coaching manual. Grundy Center out there, face guarding Nicole McDermott from the beginning of the possession in the backcourt to make it difficult for her to get the ball back. 2 of Cascade's biggest offensive possessions of the year, and Nicole doesn't touch the basketball and forces somebody else to make something happen. And as a defensive coach, that's what you want to do, and then be able to get the rebound, which Grundy Center's been able to do.
And Wallace makes another free throw, 52-44. And another one, good. So back to 9 after a tremendous comeback as the Cougars got it down to 4 a couple times. McDermott all the way in. She puts it up, no good as it floats out. And she'll go back to the line to shoot 2.
Nice strong drive there. They did get it to her on the inbound here. She went coast to coast in about 4 seconds, got to the basket in the crowd, went up strong off with 2 feet and drew the contact.
McDermott with 1:08 on the clock. The first one up and good. She has not missed yet in this game. 1 in the third quarter, and the rest of them here in the fourth. 9 free throws for McDermott.
Well, for Cascade, you could choose who to foul here. Maddie McMartin has only attempted 2 free throws on the year. You'd like to put somebody in a situation where they're going to feel a little bit of that pressure here. It's a 7-point game, but still a minute, 8 seconds left. Some kind of turnover against the pressure here. They missed some free throws. If you can get a couple quick scores, it's going to be tough, but it's not impossible yet with this much time left on the clock.
Second one is good. McDermott 10 for 10 now from the free throw line. She's got 24 points. Time out on the floor. We'll take a short one with them. 53-46 Cascade. Down by 7. 1:08 to go in the fourth quarter. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
You expect big hits on the field, but not on the road. So when the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
Come to the Palace Saloon in Dyersville for great food, cold beverages, and friendly atmosphere while cheering on your favorite teams. The Palace Saloon in Dyersville wishes everyone in tournament action the best of luck. Go teams!
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
.105 and counting here, the fourth quarter. Cascade faithful not jumping right now as their team trailing by 7. As a foul called there on the Cougars. Wallace on the line to shoot 2 more. A sub in there for Cascade now. Faith Bauer checks in. And this one a rare miss for Wallace. She rattles around and pops out. She has missed a couple, 3, more than the usual, 84% free throw shooter. One more to come, down by 7. And that one trickles in after bouncing on every part of the rim.
Well, that was the 25th free throw attempt for Grundy Center here in the second half.
54-46, 8 points. And McDermott drives all the way in, puts it up off the window, and good. Her 26th point of the night. Having trouble getting in. The pressure there, and another full timeout. We'll keep it right here as Coach Lindemann taking use of the timeout as he has one remaining. 50 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It's still doable. You got some time. Down 2 possessions now by 6. But things are going to really have to go your way here. Be smart, trying to get a turnover right away, but most likely going to have to foul and hopefully not foul Wallace, even though she's missed a couple here lately. But you don't want to foul her if you can choose somebody else. Not many girls have.
Well, they shoot a good percentage as a team, 69% on the season. Wallace with 21 points here in the second half. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Cascade double teams her and just leaves the inbounder unguarded to try to force somebody else to catch it. Some of those other players have been good from the free throw line as well. And for Cascade, you don't want to just get in the mindset of we have to foul. You'd much rather have a turnover and be able to get a quick score than put them back on the line and hope that they miss.
50 seconds to go. Going the length of the floor, right to left. Grundy Center getting it in. Going for the foul is good. Job of taking care of the ball was Zinkula. As McDermott with the reach-in foul there.
Zinkula, 69% on the season as well. Hasn't been there a lot, 16 for 23 on the year. But a great job by Cascade. Only gave up about 2 seconds on the clock before they got the whistle here.
Grundy Center, 23 wins in a row. Of only 3 unbeaten teams in the state. Zinkula makes the first free throw. She'll have one more. Cougars 21 wins in a row. Their only loss came back on December 4th at Bellevue, 50-42. This one is good as well. And back to 8. 56-48, 48 seconds to go here in this game.
Well, you don't win 23 games without a loss, without being able to salt it away at the free throw line. In the second half here, 18 for 26 for Grundy Center.
There's Huffman right side to Bauer, back inside. Huffman underneath the basket. Kicks it out, Simon. Now up top is McDermott. 35 seconds and counting. McDermott hassled by Wallace all game. There's a shot inside by Welter off the back of the rim. That'll most likely do it here. 28 seconds to go. A foul called as Maddie McMartin will go to the line. What a spurt. Come back by Cascade. But Grundy Center showed you how improved they are, toughness-wise, mindset-wise this year, and coming back. And like you said, from the free throw line, little things like that be so important in big games, and they continue to make free throws as McMartin knocks down another one. No good on the second one. Simon the rebound, but it's a 9-point game with 20 seconds to go. 57-48. Simon for a deep 3 there. As no good from the Ankeny area. Bauer gets the rebound. She kicks it back out, and a little contact foul will be called as Jordan Simon will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Cascade didn't have much choice there. Needed a quick shot, which Simon took from nearly the NBA line straight away. A nice hustle underneath to be able to maintain the possession here. She draws the foul, but 9-point game with 14 seconds left. It looks like Grundy Center is going to be moving on to the championship game again this year.
Their second in a row, their 4th in program history. Cascade denied of their 3rd title game appearance, along with last year and 2009. This one curls out left side off the right hand of Simon. The rebound is gathered by Zinkula, and she is fouled as McDermott and Huffman were there as they call the foul on Allie Huffman. 3rd foul on Huffman. Has 11 seconds to go. 57-49. The advantage here. Up and good. Zinkula gets it to go. 2 of 3 for her. She'll have one more.
Well, both stars in the second half here for each team. Haley Wallace is going to wind up with 25 points, 21 after the break. McDermott sitting on 26 right now, 22 points here in the second half. Both of them were much more aggressive and certainly gave their teams opportunities to win. And boy, you come down here to the state tournament, you love seeing players like that really show up in big moments and have big games.
McDermott throws it to half court, lost by Wallace. Huffman comes up with it 5 seconds to go. Welter, right side, Bauer drives, kicks it left side. Simon for a three. Air balls out the backside, and that's it. Cascade season comes to a close. 59-44, the 10-point lead. Frustration and disappointment. The emotions coming out for the Cougars. You can tell how much they care right there for sure. Nicole McDermott, classy, saying a little something extra to Wallace as she goes by in the line there, and that's great to see. As one great player to another, saying, "Hey, good job, you earned it. Good luck tomorrow night."
Well, those two battled all night long here. Obviously, have a lot of respect for one another, and both of them showed up and again really propelled their teams here in the second half. When Cascade had that little push in the second half to make it interesting, certainly was McDermott's aggressiveness, not only going to the basket and scoring, but on the offensive rebounds where she gave Cascade a couple second chance opportunities. And without question, they're not here without the leadership and the toughness and the competitiveness of Nicole McDermott.
59-49 the final. Grundy Center gets the 10-point lead and back to the state title game as the Cougars getting their semi-finalist trophy here. Nicole McDermott getting a trophy from Gene Berger, the executive director of Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And the Cougars will get a quick little team picture there. All the local Eastern Iowa media gathering around for pictures as Grundy Center celebrates another trip to the Class 2A title game tomorrow night as the Cougars denied of their second appearance in a row and a third overall. Cascade Falls 59-49. We'll take the timeout. Our postgame starts next. Grundy Center with the victory over the Cougars. This is Cougars State Girls Basketball, KMCH Sports.
Wolf Cool Electric, your full-service electrical contractor with a wide range of services for residential, commercial, agricultural, and sales, installation, and service of solar and wind energy systems. Contact Wolf Cool Electric in Delhi today for a free estimate.
Put a little south in your mouth at Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack in Manchester. You can't go wrong with any of their melt-in-your-mouth menu options. Dine in or call ahead for carry-out. Book them today to cater your next event. Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack in Manchester.
Rivers Edge Construction wishes all the area athletes the best of luck in tournament action. If construction plans are in your future, call Lyle Palmer at 563-920-0046. Rivers Edge Construction can help you with your residential and commercial new construction and remodeling plans. Call Rivers Edge Construction in Manchester today.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
Angela Weinkoff with Wapsie Insurance Services in Anamosa wish all area athletes the best of luck in tournament play. Just like the area coaches, Wapsie Insurance Services can come up with a plan for you.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Anyone can win a game, but it takes a lot more to be a champion. It takes hard work, dedication, and teamwork. That's what the athletes and teams of the area bring to every game, and it's what Champion Seed does as well with its all-star dealer team. Don't just play to win. Plant champion. Finish stronger.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello appreciates all the hard work and dedication put forth in the classroom and in the gym. Best of luck to all area athletes in tournament play from your dairy experts, Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello.
back in courtside here, Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. About an hour and a half game there exactly, hour and 30 minutes. Saw Cascade defeated by Grundy Center. Final score 59-49 as Grundy Center avenges that loss in the title game from a year ago and moves on to the Class 2A championship contest. Tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, they'll take the winner of this next game coming up. Central Decatur, another one of the undefeated teams in the state at 23-0, will take on Trainer, the team who ended Northland's season on Wednesday morning. Trainer at 24-1. They'll battle next year. Should be a good game. Two quality teams there as Cascade drops this one and falls. Only their second loss of the year and their first loss since December 4th. 23-2, 5-1 in non-conference games. Grundy Center improves on at 24. And, the Cougars led by Nicole McDermott. A slow start, only 4 points at halftime, 22 in the second half for 26. Majority of those from the free throw line, 10 of 10 from the free throw line in the second quarter, including 9 of 9 in the fourth quarter to try to bring the Cougars back, but it fell short as they got it to 4 twice, but not able to climb that steep hill and come all the way back. As Cascade also 10 points for Abby Welter, 6 for Jordan Simon, 5 for Skylar Dolphin, and 2 for Rachel Trump. 5 in the scoring column for the Cougars, 2 in those double figures with McDermott and Welter. Grundy Center led by Haley Wallace, their outstanding player, the senior, going to Minnesota State and Cato. 25 points for Wallace, 6 points for Flater, 3 for Kylie Willis, 1 for Sarah Lindemann. Reagan Zinkula had 8. Sydney Matthews had 5, and Maddie McMartin with 10. A game that featured 2 lead changes and 1 tie. Grundy Center led at the end of the first quarter, 12-11. Cascade came back and outscored the Spartans 6-4 in the low-scoring second frame for a 17-16 halftime lead. Then Grundy Center turned on to the third, outscoring the Cougars 21-9 for 11-point lead heading into the fourth. Cascade did outscore Grundy Center by 1 in that fourth quarter, 23-22 for the 10-point win. Grundy Center gets the win and moves on. Some more thoughts here on what these numbers telling us. Just able to get the job done here.
Well, the story of the second half for Grundy Center, they were 8 for 15 from the field, 5 for 10 from the three-point line. We talked at halftime about they were 1 for 10 from the three-point line in the first half, despite shooting 37% on the season. You figured that those numbers were going to be in their favor as they continued to be aggressive and look to take those shots. I thought Cascade did a nice job in the second half on the defensive glass. A part of that is Grundy just made more shots, but they only gave up 2 offensive rebounds. A couple key numbers. Grundy Center ended up with 10 bench points. Cascade did not have a scoring player come off the bench. And in a game like this where, again, coaches are going to do their homework, they're going to do their preparation and try to take away what you do best. While McDermott got hers and had a great game, Simon and Welter struggled a little bit, and it certainly wasn't their fault. That was by design from Coach Lindemann, making it difficult for them. They're challenged a lot of the moves that we've seen them use all season long here. They just made it difficult for them. And at the other end, Grundy was fairly balanced. And then, as you mentioned, when it came to crunch time, Cascade had to put them on the free throw line, and they were lights out from there and able to steal away the victory.
As a tremendous effort by Grundy Center getting the win after Cascade beating them in the 2A title game a year ago. Points in the paint, Cascade dominated in that column, 22-8. Points off turnovers, Grundy Center had the favor there, 18-11. Second chance points went to Grundy Center, 7-6. Fast break points, 2-0. Grundy Center bench points. Grundy Center led in that column as well, 10-0. As the Cougars fall 59-49, and now the disappointing and tough emotional time for those seniors. Final time they'll ever play with their team in the sport of basketball at Cascade. Robin Takis, also Rachel Trum, and Meta Bergfield. So those 3 ladies are playing their final basketball and being a part of this. The final time is getting the win, Grundy Center, and moving on. A lot of pieces to the puzzle coming back again for Cascade as that'll leave that hunger for McDermott and Simon and company, Dolphin and those Welter, those girls coming back, and the freshmen like Allie Huffman. What experience for her this year to be a part of this, and that'll only make girls like that, those younger girls, and the girls here watching, the 8th graders, that could make a presence next year in that lineup and for this program. That opens some eyes and says, hey, this is what it takes. We know what we want to be a part of. This is cool coming down here and being a part of this. And you know what kind of work it takes, and you know when it happens. It happens in the off-season, and it starts now.
Well, the off-season is going to be key for Cascade to just continue to develop players, particularly at the offensive end. You know, Coach Townsend does such a terrific job game planning and scheming defensively to take away what other teams do well. But as you get deeper and deeper into the postseason, you start running into some better and better players like we saw with Wallace tonight. And there are only so many things that you can do sometimes against those great players. You have to be able to answer that with a little bit more balanced attack at the other end. And certainly Cascade will learn from this. And as you said, bring back a lot of hungry players for next year. And certainly a loss like this is going to provide, I would think, plenty of motivation in the offseason to continue to look to improve and keep moving this program forward.
Indeed. All right, we will move on now into the boys basketball state tournament as our girls coverage is done for another season. Unfortunately, with Cascade losing today, but we'll have 2 coverage teams coming up next week. It starts Tuesday morning at 9:30 with Northland Boys State basketball. The number 1 team in Class 2A takes on Des Moines Christian, as Bill Logan and I will take the air around 9:15 on Tuesday morning. Get you ready for Northland State basketball, and then we'll have 1 game off. We'll be back at around 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon for West Delaware boys basketball. The 15, the 17-6 Hawks getting ready for their 4-5 matchup on Tuesday afternoon as they take on undefeated Clear Lake, one of only 2 teams, Northland and Clear Lake, the only 2 teams in the state of boys basketball that are undefeated. We'll see them both next Tuesday. Then for the girls' state tournament, I want to thank all our sponsors, all 105 of them, the tournament sponsors and our regular sports boosters, but especially these Cascade flavored sponsors today. American Realty, Dubuque, Agent Ron McCarthy, also Hillside Sports Bar and Grill in Monticello, Beck Seed, Heiberger Insurance, Champion Seed, and Pike County Disposal. Thanks to all those great sponsors for making it possible to bring you high school sports coverage here from KMCH Sports. Nate Sanderson, always great to have you along. Thanks for your insight and your basketball knowledge. Best of luck to your team of Linmar and getting them ready and continue the rebuilding there. And the 8-win season this year had some good improvement, you saw.
Well, we won 11 games this year.
11, okay. I looked at the wrong team.
We won 3 games last year. We got to 500 this year, won 5 of our last 6. And, our players we've got a pretty young core here coming back. We played 4 sophomores and a freshman in our rotation. And probably the most exciting thing for me is that our kids have really built a culture that is fun to be around. They really like being together. They've built a lot of strong friendships, and they look forward to working hard together. And anytime your players and the coaches look forward just to coming in the gym together, you know you're going to have an opportunity to keep getting better. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity here. This is the second best seat in Wells Fargo Arena, other than being on the other side, is sitting next to you, Swish, and calling these games. It's something I look forward to every year when I'm dead. So I appreciate that.
Indeed. All right. Great to have you along. Thanks to Nate Sanderson for his time here this week covering girls basketball as boys basketball state tournament next week. Until then, have yourselves a great weekend. Thanks to studio producer Janelle Tucker and my partner Nate Sanderson. John Swisher saying again the final. Grundy Center ends Cascade's campaign at 23-2. 59-49 Grundy Center moves on the 2A title game tomorrow night. So long, everybody, from Des Moines, Iowa.
High-Tech Communications is your local service provider for telephone systems, fire detection, audio, video, security and surveillance systems, wiring, and more. High-Tech has decades